There's a sail on the flat. Sail on the flat.
That's a pair of slammers, boys.
Nice fish.
Reeling in the Keys with host Captain George Clark Jr.
Well, good morning, everybody. We're down here in Key West, the lower Keys, and I'm with Captain Bob Beighley. What's on the agenda? What's the plan?
We planned this a couple months ago, hoping for some permit. A lot of the permits are actually out spawning right now, but we're still hoping to find a few.
I know the winds have kind of died off here recently, but you've had some tough conditions over the past month. High winds.
You know, you're always prepared for that. You're never surprised by it. You can have 3 great days in a row, and then the next day be awful. But you just got to be flexible.
It doesn't always work out the way we want it to, so
No.
you got to have backup plans, like you mentioned.
Well, yeah, and you know, there's days where you want it to be cloudy because you're hoping for rolling tarpon or tailing permit or tailing bonefish. And of course, it's bright and sunny those days, and then vice versa. You want it to be bright and sunny for your sight fishing, and it's cloudy all day. And yeah, that's just fishing. So we're going to give them a shot, and George, hop up so I can
Yep.
get my electric motor down.
Perfect.
George, kind of in line with that other boat, the boat on the left.
Uh-huh.
Keep looking right there. Saw a couple roll. You use these things, right? Yeah. You just, you know, twitch, twitch,
Yep.
twitch, twitch. Make it look like a, you know.
That does look good. What kind of bait is that?
These are called hoagies.
Hoagies, yeah. We're like right where the slick water is, right where that little wind.
Yeah, go ahead.
They're
and go
rolling
there.
all over.
Go ahead.
No rhyme or reason though, huh? They change direction a lot?
Especially when there's not a lot of current. They're generally going to face into the current.
Right, right. So everything that you could think of funnels through these channels.
Yeah.
So they're just in here. It's like a buffet.
Yeah, they're not here by accident.
No.
Okay.
Just got to wiggle one little leg. So Bob, the name Double Haul Charters. I know you fly fish a lot, but I mean, where'd you think that one up?
Well, I do about 80% fly fishing charters, and I did a lot of fly fishing up in Maryland for stripers and bass and trout and things like that. And yeah, I've been fly fishing my whole life, thought I was pretty decent at it, but you know, none of my friends, my parents and stuff, and brother, father didn't double haul, and I didn't know what double haul meant. And it's a way that makes your casting arm not work as hard, and it really is beneficial to the wind we have down here in the Keys. And it was so significant and so important, and really improved my fly casting so much that I thought it was a good name for fly fishing.
When they come up and roll and they arch their back, they're going right back down to the bottom.
They arch their back hard, they're diving right back down to the bottom.
Now they like that water temperature when they're down deep
Yeah,
like
they
that?
get down below thermocline, but I think they just don't like bright sunlight. And I know you do a lot of, it's kind of the real deal. And a lot of people don't take the advantage of tarpon being nocturnal, but you know, sometimes we struggle all day to catch 2 or 3 in the bright sunlight and then go out that same evening just for a couple hours and jump 17 fish.
Right, right.
And you get onto them, you know, when they're actually feeding, makes it a lot easier. Plus, they're not leader shy. There's a lot of advantages of doing it at night.
Nighttime.
And the drawback, of course, is it's you know, some nights you can see them really good with a full moon, but other times you just hear them jumping, and
you don't get to see the visual. Yeah, I mean,
you know, the sight. Me personally, I'd rather catch 3 all day and watch them actually come up and eat the fly or eat the bait.
Oh wow,
than,
that's a big one.
Than do it at night.
We just spent not a lot of time, but a fair amount of time throwing at these fish. Fish everywhere in here. I just, you know, it didn't seem like they were actively rolling like you said, but not eating a whole lot. And we had some pretty good shots on them. They just no takers. So now we're gonna go look for some permit.
Yep.
Spend a little
The sun's
time.
coming up, and we have a nice low incoming tide, and see if we can't get some permit to pop up for us.
We're gonna come up on this bar here where you find a lot of permit, and we're looking for tailing fish.
And what happens is if the permit's swimming along and he sees something on the bottom that he either wants to investigate or try to eat, and when he tips down to eat it, you see his fins pop up, his black sickle tail. And it might be just a couple inches, or if it's a big fish or he's shallow, or if he really does a headstand, it'll pop up 15, 20 inches high, and there's no mistaking it. And tailing fish, that's one of the things that makes permit my favorite fish. I like them because they're hard.
They're not an easy fish.
They're a beautiful fish. Some people think they're ugly. I think they're beautiful. I like those big lips, and I kiss everyone that we catch. And they're just crab munchers. And it's the hardest fish in the world to catch. And when you catch them, it's group hugs, high fives, grown men crying, and it's a special fish.
That's great. Do we want to put the bait right on them, or do we want to try to wind it back to them?
Yeah, since we have a little bit of wind, the windier it is, the closer we can get to them. And the fish 90% of the time are going to be facing into the current. Our current's coming from right to left. It's an incoming tide. Ideally, I'd like to throw it a little bit past them, reel it up slowly.
Right.
And then once you get it 2 or 3 feet in front of them, then drop it. Let the crab be a crab.
That's how I've always approached, fish that I'm trying to, especially if they're moving a little bit, try to lead them.
You don't want to bring it in skipping.
Right,
'cause that
right.
will spook them. They don't like getting attacked by bait fish. But if you want to reel it in just fast enough that you can see where the crab is in relation to the fish.
Captain Bob's going to keep pulling us around here in search of permit, but first let's go over and talk to Captain Rob with the Key West Fishing Tournament.
Thanks, Captain George. I'm Captain Rob Harris, and we're here at the Doubletree. We're at the Key West Fishing Tournament kickoff event, and we've got a lot of people around us. There's a lot going on. Let's go walk around and see what everybody's up to.
It's a yellowtail.
Good afternoon, I'm Dale Bittner. I'm a longtime board member of the Key West Fishing Tournament. Our kickoff this weekend, we had fantastic weather, a lot of fish caught. We're just starting our way in here and had some cobia weighed in. We have reports of wahoo going to be weighed in on their way, sailfish release, and we've also had yellowtail weighed in and grunts and the fun fish for the weight fish categories. So we've got a combination of weight fish and release fish. It's going real well so far, so exciting first day and off to a great start.
So,
23 and a half kingfish.
the keeper.
I got a kid on the boat here and an excellent angler, so the old man don't have to do all the work.
Hey, this is Michelle with Spirit Charters. We had a fantastic 2 days on the water. It was a little bit rough. I decided to make a long run yesterday. I ran past the wall into about 1,500 feet of water. Had good baits, had a good time. The fish weren't there, ran inside. And today we picked up our yellowtail. We got a 22-inch one. We've definitely got dinner. Lost a really nice mackerel. Actually, we lost a really nice wahoo, took the jig, but we had sailfish jumping. We had them all around. We had one dancing for a few minutes, but hey, it's a Key West Fishing Tournament. Everybody had fun, plenty of categories, awesome day.
Nice. Oh my goodness. That's 22-pound blackfin tuna.
22 even.
The silver's right there.
Oh, right.
That was white.
You ready, Joey? Back on the road again? I didn't want to be 8.88. The boat is kicking, right?
I started probably when I was about 6 in this tournament. I was the Pee Wee Master Angler. I think I got that twice, in 2003 and 2004. And then I Junior Master Angler. And then I moved away for a couple years, coming back to try to win it all again.
21.5 kingfish. Man, that's day one wrapped up. And we had a great day today. Cobia, blackfin tuna. We had snapper, even some beautiful grunts today too. So everybody caught fish, had a good time.
We are all in agreement. This was a very good, an exceptionally good fishing event this past weekend. With 21 boats, we recorded 35 releases just out of the kickoff release species. And of the 16 species, we have everybody caught one except for the blue marlin. Most sailfish releases. In 2 days, 11 sailfish were released off the Miss Ivory. 10 releases were recorded by a junior angler, 14-year-old Chandler, and his dad got one. Angler Michael Scherf aboard the 22nd.
That's what I'm talking about.
Good job, George.
Really nice fish, too. Running away. Well, I mean, I didn't want to cast right on its head, but that fish spun right around. Man, what a nice fish.
I'm going to go ahead and start up.
Okay. He's not having it. There he is. Wow, what a nice one. What a nice looking fish, boy. Oh, it's an old boot. This is what it's all about. Sight fishing for permit down here in the lower Keys. Can't beat this at all. Captain Bob Beighley. Got to get out with Bob and go do this. This is just fantastic. Oh, here he is. Look at those big old lips.
Nice permit.
That's a good one.
When I grab the leader, if he takes off, I'm going to let him go.
Yeah. There's my catch.
There's the shake.
All right.
Make sure you give him a kiss. Gotta show him some love.
Thank you, Bob. That's
Thank
awesome,
you.
man.
Good job.
Tell you what, you know, like I was mentioning before, when you're doing this type of fishing, sight fishing, sometimes you only have a couple seconds to identify the fish and get a bait out there, and these guys were just barreling. They were not just swimming easy, they were coming fast, so we we were able to get a crab, and that fish actually, he spun around on that thing and just ate it.
It's the black-tailed devil himself.
That's it. Beautiful fish.
This is primarily, when you see a permit, what you primarily see is their blacktail, the black pectoral fin here, the black eyeball.
Uh-huh.
And when they're coming right at you, you see a black line and their white lips.
You know, and sometimes I'd rather stay too long, an extra 5 minutes, and give myself a chance than to bail out too soon, you know, so that really worked out good. And what'd you say, there was about 5 or 6 fish there?
Yeah.
It was just super cool. That fish is in great shape. Look at, there it goes.
Just try to drive it through. A lot of time it cracks the shell. So you go about a 1/4 inch in, it's a little softer there than here, and it's a little harder up in there. Physically, it is a demanding job. You know, you get up a lot of times 4:30, 5:30 in the morning. You're doing 12, 14-hour days. But the hard part is the mental part. You know, when you get guys who've never done it before, and you know, your first couple of years as a guide, you know, you're not getting the cream of the crop customers. You're getting people from the visitor center,
Right.
and concierge at hotels, and they hold the reels upside down, and they don't even know what a permit is. It's like, well, what's biting? It's like permit. And they're like, well, I've always liked it. I always wanted to try to learn how to fly fish. And you know, and permit's the hardest fish in the world to catch on a fly rod. It's a horrible beginner fish. And I don't care how good a fly fisherman you are, they're not easy. You're in them.
That's tarpon.
They'll eat that. In fact, I'm surprised you haven't hooked one. You did. Oh! Remember, reel to it comes tight, then...
No, I thought I did. Thought I wound down enough.
Okay, we got a permit out here.
It.
Yeah. Lead them by about 4 feet. You drop it. There's 2 more behind them. Give it a little bit of movement. I think you just ate it. Oh, find it. Nice.
There he is. Nice
Good job, George.
Bob.
Good job. There's 3 of them.
Yep. That was the old scary backhand cast.
It's just the cast was a little short, but they were coming that way.
Right.
We get, that's the scary moment. Do you keep reeling it in and recast it, or you let it sit? And we gambled and won. Nice cast though. You're in the area. It was perfect.
I definitely like to win. It's fun to win because the fish win way too much. You know?
If you rip it away from them and they haven't eaten it, it spooks them. Where if you just move it a little bit, it's not a big deal to them. And I've even pulled it out of their mouth slowly by reeling it, and they come back and eat it again. But if you rip it out of their mouth,
yeah, it's over.
Then it freaks them out. So I generally like to just wind as fast as I can till it comes tight, and slowly sweep the rod. As soon as they feel resistance, they take off. They set the hook themselves, really. And they have pretty gummy lips like ours. So you don't have to drive the hook home like you would on, say, a tarpon or something with a really hard mouth.
Doubt about it. Oh! I try to let them know that we're going to let them go, but it doesn't seem to help much.
No.
They almost look, that bottom half of them almost looks like aqua colored when they turn. How could you not enjoy that? That's, to me, this is it, man. Sport fishing in the Florida Keys, catching permit in a couple feet of water, sight fishing. Captain Bob, this has been great, man.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. I've caught 2 permit in the last 20 minutes, which is just awesome. It just shows how many fish come across these flats. Okay, pal, easy.
Way to give to him, perfect. It's nice having George on board because he's an experienced angler, and it showed right there. A lot of people would have just broke that fish off just now when that fish made a surge, but he gave to it. You want to be kind of a human shock absorber.
Come here, buddy.
Oh, you're doing it just right. A lot of people, they get all excited and start pulling harder as it gets closer to the boat. These things are kind of my pride and joy, and and I'm protecting my resource,
Yeah, exactly.
It's what I do for a living, and I want every single one of them to stick around for as long as possible. Come on, make a little circle for me.
All right, Kung Fu grip. Wah!
Yeah, I'm not gonna let go this time. Promise you.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect hook set.
I'm gonna have to pop. I want to show everybody too this hook that we're using. There's not a whole lot of effort that has to go into setting a hook on these fish when you're using really good hooks like this. You see what you have to work with on a permit. You've got these big rubbery lips, so when they inhale that crab, boom, right through that hard part of the lip. It really doesn't affect the fish too bad, and it hangs on pretty good.
All right, good fishing.
Thanks, buddy. I hope somebody else gets a chance to catch you one day.
Feet.
Yeah.
And let him go.
Awesome. Thank you, Bob.
Cool. That was, you know, classic. You know, he's coming down
Right.
big. Woo. Perfect. Yeah.
A great day on the water. Got our permit, and I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure you tune in next week for another edition of Reeling in the Keys.
There's a place out on the ocean, ain't on a map anywhere. The captain's looking at the water, he knows exactly where to steer. No internet or Wi-Fi towers, all that stress is gone. The line's just went in the water, and somebody yells, "Fish on!" And it's just another day, reeling in the Keys. We got that fishing feeling, there's no place we'd rather be. We're a million miles from nowhere, but we ain't lost at sea. Just loving life, living the dream, reeling in the Keys.